Tonight we found out that life goes on. You're tuned in to Don't Be Tardy. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey guys, welcome to the season finale of Don't Be Tardy. I am a little sad, but we cheered it up with some holiday music here. And as you'll notice, we'll be having our red cups in true Kim fashion today. Cheers to that. I'm your host, Elayna. You can follow me on all social platforms at hey_it's_lay.
Hey guys, our last episode, you can follow me at Suzette Babb on Twitter and Instagram. Really important, we have the laptop out. Please comment on YouTube or give us a tweet and we will read your questions or comments.
Yes, I am here for all of the live chatter because, you know, this episode didn't give us much to actually end off on. But before we get into that, we have a special guest.
We have a special guest.
We've been talking about it all season long.
Here it is. So I ended up ordering, we had to finally do this, from Kim's cashmere collection. I ordered the toning oil and I actually ordered it last week after the show here, and I got it within a couple of days, and it's delicious.
Yeah, it really smells great.
The smells really nice. Like, it's here, you can have it too. We just thought it'd be fun to actually have it. It smells kind of like the beach, but it's not too coconutty. What would you say?
It's very it's light. I can say that it's light. It's not super, like, I guess, heavy. You know how sometimes
really
you
nice.
Get bombarded by the
chemically.
smell? Yeah, and it's not like that.
Nice.
You can definitely tell that it is natural. So I actually didn't know what toning oil was until this cashmere line. So I'm wondering if I can skip my gym workouts and kind of just
you're good. Just put that on and use this
toning oil. I do recognize that it comes in this cute package. Like it comes in this mint blue box. And you guys know when we talked about when she had the launch party, it was the blue and people thought that it was going to be a boy. And then this holiday wrapper, you can kind of see it over here.
So sweet.
This holiday wrapper is perfect for how we decided to start the show.
Yeah.
And she left a little note.
It's super sweet.
Want to read what the note says?
Sure, I'll read it. It says, "Hi, doll. Creating a skincare line has been a dream for as long as I can remember. With Cashmere Collection, I'm able to share my beauty secrets and these amazing body products with you. We all need to take some time to pamper ourselves. Very true. And I've created the perfect products for you to look and feel fabulous. You're so worth it. I hope you love these luxury products as much as I do. Always remember to follow your dreams, ask, believe, receive. Love, Kim." So there you go. So we got it. It's good. You can go to Cashmere Collection. There's other stuff. There's masks, and she actually is launching. Oh, I forget on her Snapchat. She already has new products that are in the works. So
if you guys were anything
really,
like
fun.
us and waited until the last minute to get it, I say go get it. I mean,
it's right for the holidays.
Yeah.
And I ended up using Khloe Kardashian's half off.
Oh, did you?
So it was like $35.
Love it.
So it's great.
Let me just say one last thing what I love about this oil. I usually don't like oil because I don't like to feel weighed down and that very oily, greasy. And although it gives me like this shine and I can still feel it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's not heavy. Like, I don't feel like I have oil on me. I feel like I might have sprayed something light, but I don't feel like it's oil.
It's
so
good.
that's, very exciting about that. So let's jump into this episode.
Okay, what's first on our list?
Oh my goodness. Let's talk about how Brielle has a new boyfriend.
No, first I love how it's Access Hollywood didn't work out. That really left me like.
So we're starting this episode breakdown with Brielle.
First of all, it was a weird episode.
It was very
all
weird
over
episode.
the place.
I feel like they tried to hurriedly
cram everything
together, and then they left us off with little notes, which we'll get there. We're starting with Brielle.
Okay.
So with Brielle, it didn't give us any kind of wrap around of what her life has been for the past few months or while they were recording this. Last episode, we got the call that she might be going into Access Hollywood and moving to LA, and she presented Kroy with the folder. And then all of a sudden, on the season finale, meaning we won't get any more for weeks to come, it was just, Access Hollywood didn't work out. Like, that made me kind of feel like, okay, are we not BFFs here? Aren't you supposed to be?
Well, I would have liked to know why it didn't work out, because if it was just an internship, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to maybe make let's just say, you know, like 600 a week, or I don't know what it even is. But I feel like we jumped months because all of a sudden she has this boyfriend that I've seen on her Instagram now for like months and months and months. There was a little comment that that's how she met him online or something. I don't know.
But we didn't get to see that happen.
We have no idea how they met. You know, he does play for the Chicago White Sox. So now they have that little long distance. I mean,
did they go on a first date? Have they actually met in person?
It seemed very thrown together this episode.
Yeah.
So, but she has been with him for a long time, and you know, I don't want to say that I called it, but I had said that I felt, you know, I don't even want to say boy crazy because it's normal. Kim had Brielle when she was young, and you know, she's interested in boys and having a relationship. So
you did mention that, but I think for our sake, so there are like, I think when it comes to social media, that's kind of the downer with reality TV is we get everything on social media in real time. And then when we're watching the shows, we're playing catch up, which is great because it gives us time to actually hear the conversations of the picture that was posted or get the inside scoop on everything that's happening. But when you don't get the inside scoop, it's almost like, okay, well, I could have just been stalking you on Instagram and I would have gotten the same story. You know what I mean? So even with the way that Brielle, her demeanor, she was just like, oh, you know, whatever. She was so excited to move to LA. She was picking out a new car. So for her not to have been bummed about it, we missed something.
Right. I think so too. I feel like this episode was a couple months or there was something a little off.
Yeah.
And just the fact that, you know, I would have liked to know, this whole season was about Brielle and like, what are you doing with your life? And the fact that Access Hollywood just didn't work out, I felt a little cheated. I would have liked to know, well, why didn't it work out? Because sometimes you have to be in school to be in an internship.
Right. I mean,
so was that the issue?
Even if it wasn't just explaining why Access Hollywood didn't work out, I think having some kind of progress or something into her life, like this episode, they blasted her for having a dirty room. Right. And granted, you're 19, you need to learn how to clean up, especially if you're trying to live with your boyfriend during the off season.
Maybe you can't have a boyfriend yet till you have a job or till you're cleaning your room.
I don't know I don't know what rule they want to set in play, but I just feel like it could have been more than blasting her for being dirty. This episode, it could have been, okay, this is what happened. You have our support. You don't have our support. You know, whatever the case may have been.
But sometimes when you're frustrated with a friend or like a family member, you don't say the real reason and you deflect on something else. So I'm wondering if they're just really upset or disappointed Access Hollywood didn't work out. Now you have this boyfriend. You want to just move in with him. Well, now now your room's not dirty, but it's not even really what the issue is.
Right.
So I think that Brielle's just searching. And like I had said, some girls just want to find love and want to have that. And she's, you know, this whole season has been searching for the boy. And the LA thing has been there, but, you know, she has been afraid to leave her mom. And then Kim has also been like, I'm afraid for you to leave. It doesn't help the situation when you want to keep them close.
Right. I mean, and we also have the bigger issue here, which is her mom's health. Right. Which is why she kind of admitted to not wanting to leave. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Last episode, we kind of got the scare with Kim having to go onto a self-heart monitoring machine because she was feeling a little faint. And this episode, we kind of got to see her go to the doctor and kind of talk out what she's been feeling and what she's been going through. And it turns out that it may or may not, but it may be something hereditary because of her family's history. Now, that's very heavy and that's very scary, especially because we saw that she didn't really have the answer. So she didn't know their actual cause of death for her uncle and her grandfather, who also had heart problems. I don't know if have you ever been in a situation like that where you could even relate to?
Yes, because like I had mentioned, my dad had some seizures a couple years ago, and sometimes I do feel a little light sensitive in different things, and sometimes it can be hereditary, but at the exact same time, Kim is under so much stress, and sometimes when you do feel faint, it's that anxiety and it's your blood pressure. So I think the problem is there's so many different things going on. Is it hereditary? Is it the fact that she's overwhelmed? Is it the fact that her husband doesn't have a job? Is it the fact that, you know, Brielle lost this? Like, we found out KJ's on in school. Like, there's a lot of chaos, you know, going on there.
Yeah.
And then you're checking like your daughter's social media. So
and you're having all these businesses and you're starting there. So it definitely
it is. It's just stressful. And that's why like some of these celebrities like literally crack when we think about, I mean, well, Kanye's another story, but I'm just saying, you know, people have like these mental breaks, and it is so much pressure to keep it all together, to be creative. You got to support your family. So I think it's probably a combination of a lot of things, but even doctors sometimes don't know.
Yeah, we got to see Kroy and Kim sit down with Ariana and Brielle to ask them to kind of step up around the house. But even with that, it was almost like you're asking them to step up, but we aren't able to see them take initiative.
Right.
So we don't know what's gonna happen. It's almost like a cliffhanger, but not that exciting cliffhanger. It's just like a very
Well, I think Ariana's always stepped up because I think she's really good with the kids. But you know, it's if you have a 19-year-old still in the household that's not getting a job yet, that may move out, that is boy crazy, and that's fine. I mean, that's totally normal. But it's a lot to sometimes it's a lot to put the pressure on them to also now man up in the household. I think that they need to have some extra help, like house cleaners, or, you know, maybe she needs to have a real assistant, like someone that, not her, you know, her daughter that's running errands.
I mean, we've seen like the nannies around the house sometimes, or other help for the kids.
But I think she needs help. Like, you need someone that can look through your emails and, you know, maybe even look through the Instagram stuff, like something just to kind of like help with your stress levels.
Do you think Kim would actually want someone doing that for her?
Well, no, but sometimes it's too late. I mean, if it's your health, you have to have someone.
You're right. And I'm pretty sure that the potty mouths around the house don't help.
Did you grow up in your household? Could you swear?
I probably could have,
But you didn't.
I mean, okay, let me not say I could have. If I would have said a bad word, I would have got slapped or yelled at, or something extreme would have happened. And I'm pretty sure I slipped up once before, but you know when you're a baby, it's like, ha ha ha, don't say that.
Right.
But KJ actually uses these words in
and the way he uses it is kind of funny. That's the problem. That's the funny that he like does it and they laugh.
It's
so he knows
so
that. He's like, I'm gonna hit you with
proper.
this thing, and
he got out the car. He said it's raining, and like
he's
just out of control.
He hears it from them. He hears it from them.
With the potty mouths happening, because we got to see Tracy walk up to Brielle and say, what did she say?
She said today's letter of the day is C.
No. She said, "What's up, hooker?" before she
that's
started
what she
to
said.
say.
I know. It's just the way that they talk in that household, and the problem is they're all comfortable with it, but people outside the fact might not be, and that's with like KJ not being in school. When he gets into school and the way he's talking, like it's going to be an issue because other kids are going to hear that and other parents are going to hear that. So eventually he's going to have to learn how to tone it down, and he cannot be in a school with 12-year-olds. He is like a 12-year-old.
Yeah,
he'd be hanging out with 12-year-olds. I'm like,
he's so far.
Hell no.
He's so mature, so far gone from it. But what I can say is that for the first time, I saw Kroy address the curse words in this episode when they were getting out the car and KJ was talking about the rain and cursing about that. Kroy, before took him out the car and he was like, hey buddy, remember that we can't say those bad words. And he said it in that very monotone, kind of sweet voice.
You have to act like it's kind of no big deal, but just don't do it.
Yeah. So I guess they kind of do address it, maybe more so off camera than they do on camera. But the fact that he's so comfortable with...
Well, it's because she's comfortable. Like, I mean, I don't have kids, so I curse all the time. And when my friends have had kids and I still curse, I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, it's like, what do you do? But it's like you're not really supposed to make a big deal of it. And, you know, she's laughing, but I don't know. What are you going to do?
What can we do?
Once he goes to school, well, I don't know. I mean, he's probably going to be like this, like professional Einstein.
We saw him play golf. He's so smart. I can never take that away from him. KJ is the smartest probably on the show.
He's smart. He's athletic.
He's handsome.
Talented. He's an actor.
Come on, KJ. Be like 20
He needs to be like bringing in the money.
Right.
They should just move here and let him be on a TV show.
I think that he will. So this season kind of started with Kim's heart attack, and it ended, her stroke. I'm sorry.
It did go it went full circle.
Not heart attack. I do not speak that on you at all, Kim.
No. Stroke.
It did.
But she had the open heart.
She did have the open
it's
heart.
okay.
So the season started with, her talking about how she had a stroke 6 months prior, and then it kind of ended with that. So that's probably the only thing that came full circle this season, which was nice to know that she is in a healthier place and she's moving forward. As far as the kids and what's going to happen with Kroy, they gave us a little disclaimer at the end of the show that
But that I don't think is right because he did get dropped by them.
Yeah, so he went to the Buffalo Bills.
Right. He signed and let him go.
He's
so
been
it
released.
did say released.
It did say that he was released.
Okay.
So as of today, he's not with the team.
Right.
So what is he going to be doing? We don't know. Maybe some of our past predictions from previous episodes will...
Well, I mean, listen, what I have seen is they are running around to New York, to LA. He's holding her luggage. He's with her. She's like the businesswoman, and there goes again that pressure. But if he doesn't end up being on a show... or with a team, excuse me, then, then they can have their empire and he can just be with her.
And I think that's what's going to end up happening.
I think so too.
In some way or another, because there comes a point where you just have to accept your faith. And I think that he was a phenomenal athlete. So I would love to see him at least go one more season on the field. I'm actually scared for him not to be playing because they might end up having another baby. And the only thing that will be stopping them will be Kim's heart condition.
Right.
So, that would be
I don't think they'll have any more kids. I really don't. I don't think he'll play anymore. I think that they're going to keep developing these businesses, and he's like, her right-hand man, and he's always with her. And I think that he would be great at doing, sports anchoring and stuff. But the problem is when you have this huge family and everyone's trying to do their own thing, it's hard on the family. Like if he then has to go somewhere and have a job, and then Brielle does end up, wanting to do her thing and she's doing her thing, it's really hard. I mean, it's hard, it's hard for us just as who we are doing our thing. And imagine having, 7 bodies attached to you.
Right, and so much more responsibility.
Definitely.
Absolutely would drive me insane. Well, with that said,
what
wrapping
else?
up
Did we not?
the episode. No.
Oh, I do want to bring up one thing though. Going back to, she's going to get genetic testing, and she told the doctor that she's going to look into her mother's dad and her father's dad and the uncle. I am praying, I'm sure there's going to be another season, and I'm really hoping that she reaches out. She's going to have to reach out to her family because she's going to have to find out this information.
I didn't even realize how that key element kind of went into that. And I've been asking for that this whole season. I wanted some meat of the family issues and resolve.
It's really sad. I really do.
And resolve. So maybe she is going to have to reach out to her parents.
I think she will. And, she's so close. Well, she was so close to her dad.
Yeah.
I think she definitely will reach out to them, and maybe that will even alleviate some stress, because sometimes it's the unresolved things in our life that sit there and that gets you.
That is exciting. That's something to look forward to.
Is anyone saying anything?
They aren't in the chat. I know that it has been freezing a little bit, so wherever you are, just bear with us a bit so you can kind of see me eyeballing that.
Yeah.
But let's move into some news and gossip.
News and gossip. All right, so news today. Well, we've talked about, what is Kim going to do? What is Kroy going to do? So she has some new ventures. Actually, today it went live. She always, she's the queen of fake lashes.
Yeah.
And if you go to @Lily's Lashes, she has her own lash, which is called Believe. It's like a very wispy, fun lash. So we have that. And then also she started a new kids shoe line, which if you go to @KZB, Kim Zolciak Biermann, KIDZ as in zebra, so KZB Kids, you can look at all these cute girl shoes that have big bows. And I think the original designer is Amina Jilly, which is AMINAHJILLII. And if you, hopefully you're DVRing, Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Kim and Brielle and Kroy are there right now as we speak. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch
What Happens
that. So
Live.
yeah, they're there right now. So
Let me just say, I love that she launched this Lily Lashes line today on the same day that we got to see her trying on lashes on Kaya.
Oh,
and Kaya's 2, and she already has this extreme personality and almost attitude in a sense. She's very sassy.
She's cute.
So
She's been modeling a lot of the little shoes.
A little bit of shoes and the lashes. I love that came out together. We have Rocco Modern Life who says that we are doing great.
Oh, Rocco Modern Life. And I love Rocco's Modern Life. Remember? Remember the show?
I love that you just busted out into
Sorry.
song. So that kind of ties up the
Thank
news
you.
and the gossip. I think that I am now getting to a point where I'm getting a little sad that the season's over and I don't have anyone else's life
I've
to
always been such a super fan.
distract on. But there's still hope because we can predict what's going to happen next season.
In predictions.
And now, your
What
AfterBuzz
is going to
TV.
happen next season?
Well, I feel like we get to cheat because, you know, watching her on Snap all the time. Okay, you want me to go first? I'll go first. So, even though I love Brielle, I think that we need, you know, next season needs to focus on something else. Like, you know, maybe she'll be getting married or something. I don't know. But I really hope that we go into Kim's family and Kroy's family, the fact that they haven't talked to their parents for all these years. I'm hoping that through her trying to get some information, you know, there'll be something there. And then I really think that, you know, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Kroy because it's just been a lull. You know, maybe they're just going to keep building their empire as they will. But, you know, I still think that he could be making like tons of money doing something. Like he could be like an underwear model or something. Like, I don't know. He could do something.
I love that you went to underwear
model.
Oh my goodness, that is like the greatest image in my mind for this evening.
I mean, he could like do something and like, you know, so hopefully something like that.
Tanisha Denton's prediction is that KJ is going to curse Kim out and Brielle needs an intervention.
Oh my God. Brielle does need an intervention.
That is funny because
That's
KJ has actually already cussed Kim out.
Oh, he is.
We saw it
and
on...
she's like afraid, like when he's like, don't talk to me, you know,
Right.
when he was playing golf and, you know, it's like he's 5 and he has so much power.
Okay, wrapping up a little bit, I almost predict that Kroy will become some kind of soccer dad. He's really good with the kids. He's really awesome with the kids, the way that he speaks to them and you know,
Yeah,
how
that's
he
true.
treats them. And Kim definitely uses him as her backbone when it comes to managing both her business and her personal life
Right.
and the kids. So I don't see it as a bad thing. I just feel like because he's played so many seasons with the Falcons and etc., this is going to be the time that he kind of uses to invest in his children's childhood, and maybe we'll see like a change in behavior. Like maybe the cursing from KJ isn't like a funny thing. Maybe that's like a lashing out kind of thing.
Right.
And maybe he's only more calm when he's with his dad. So we don't really know about that, but we did see an example in his acting
He could be a
class.
professional, like, I mean, he could be a golfer. Like, there are children golfers.
Right. I also foresee happening next season a lot more depth with the family ties, as you mentioned, and as I've been mentioning this whole season. So I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get any insight on that, but I definitely do see that coming to terms next season. So hopefully I can be like a little genie.
I hope so too.
I wish we would have got the palm reader back. I can't remember her
I
name.
love her. Rose.
Rose. We opened up the
Rose.
show with Rose, talking about the babies and reading, you know, that she possibly would have
Yeah.
more kids. So I would have liked to see Kim kind of tie her back in, especially when it comes to her health, trying to, you know, because she likes to know what's going to happen. But other than that, we don't really know what's going to happen. Tanisha says that it might be over for Kroy. And he might just stick to reality TV. And I'm not sure if these are coming in a little late because of the feedback. But thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you so
and
much.
definitely
Absolutely.
commenting on. I guess this is going to be a sad goodbye.
Yeah, but next season it'll be crucial. If Brielle's 20 and if Ariana's going to go to college, how well did this line do? I mean, it'll be really telling.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
Well, we'll see you guys next season. That's all we have for tonight. Again, you can follow me on all social platforms at hey_it's_lay.
And you can follow me at Suzette Babb. I believe my next after show again will be Ballers. And then what about you?
I actually don't know which show that I'll be popping into next.
Make sure that everyone
but
know when
I
you do.
will tweet it out. Make sure that you use the hashtag Don't Be Tardy if you weren't able to live tweet so that we can still see it and respond to you.
Yes.
And until next time, guys, bye.
Bye, guys. Cheers. All done.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.